Hi class, I want to make sure that you guys know um, what you have at your fingertips in studying for the exam this week, this weekend. I wanted to make sure, remember the course homepage is where all of our announcements are. I believe the course homepage should come up, there it is. And you want to make sure that you take a look. With the exception of those who have a class at this time, our exam is Tuesday, September 22nd from 7 to 9 p.m. I think I've made arrangements with the rest of you who do have a class at that time. So down here in the course menu for exam 1, there's always been this review exam 1 tab. And if you haven't looked at this now, you want to definitely do so. So the big ideas, take a look at that sheet. If you don't know any of the vocabulary on that sheet, you need to either email me or come see me. Formulas, these will be provided for you on the exam. But I do want to note that even though I'm giving you these formulas, and let's see what they are, a lot of the formulas are done on your calculator. So these are the only formulas. This is the standard deviation for a sample done by hand. This is for the population standard deviation done by hand. If I were to ask you to do these by hand, it wouldn't be a massive data set. It would be very numbers that are very easy to work with, because more often than not, I want you to find standard deviation on your calculator using one variable statistics, and then just be able to interpret what that is. Here's the z-score formula. They're the same formula, except one's for a sample and one's for a population. And that's a good formula to know as well. So anyway, back to review for exam 1. You've also got some reviews to go over for chapters 1, chapter 3, chapter 4, and then also some things I've written down here that you should be able to do with your calculator. Now, if you are having trouble with the calculator, remember that there's calculator lessons down here, and all the calculator lessons that are in red, you should have watched or mastered those skills by now. Again, all the not chapter content, sorry, all the Conley worksheets, Conley videos, Conley quizzes are here. All the things in red you should have done. You don't have to submit all of these, but I've expected that all of you have worked these worksheets out on your own, and hopefully you can compare your notes with another classmate. The videos, chapter 1, there they are, and the polls and quizzes. We do have this quiz right here is due this evening, and the response form, you just click over here and you can submit your answers to that. Okay, I see a lot of you have done that already. Some other things for the exam, the worksheets, I think I've talked about, but let's talk about where we posted those worksheets. So in here under course tools, where is it? Course tools, under document sharing. We've seen that some people have, I revealed those who turn things in on Tuesday, I believe some of these changed to instructor only, so my bad. I'm going to make these viewable, so this is my fault. Good thing I went in here. So you should be able to view all of these that I'm now making entire class. And so the fair die, I remembered to do that. That's good. But let's take a look at the instructor only make it entire class. I'll fix that tonight. You don't have to sit there and watch me do it, but I'll fix it tonight. By this evening, you should be able to see everybody's worksheets, because they're supposed to be in by this evening for everybody. And so with those worksheets, once you look at them, you go back to the main menu, and under discussions, and thank you, Edgar, for telling me that we couldn't view those. And for example, on the nutrition versus academic performance, let's say I went in here and I wrote, thank you, Jezebel. The answers for A, B, and C are incorrect, but this is a common mistake. Who thinks they have the correct answers? I'll write a prompt to each of these. Jezebel or Karina then jumped in and said the correct solutions are the following, and that's what these are about. Now, you don't have to, my questions are just to kind of spark the conversation and let you know what's wrong, and Karina did exactly what she needed to do and responded to those. So now that you can see the worksheets, please go ahead and respond to one discussion, and then we will take a look at everybody's answers over the weekend. Okay, so that's how we, and then again, to reply to a discussion, all you have to do is push respond, and you can take a look at this one that I don't know if it's going to respond to that since I'm in the way there. But if I showed more of my response, you can respond to that as well. So the last thing to study for the exam that I would highly recommend is called Applets. So again, under, oh, not course tools, under Tools for Success. This is one that I haven't shown you yet. So Tools for Success. This one here, this link here, Applets. And there's some really neat applets as long as you have the latest version of Java, I think. Here's one of, oops, not that one. Here's one of the applets that I did. This is correlation by eye for chapter 4. This is really cool. Basically, I took a guess. I thought this was negative 0.5. I saw a negative relationship there. Remember, with correlation, we're thinking about, what are we thinking about? The sign of the relationship, whether it's a negative or positive relationship. We're looking for that's the association. We're looking for the strength of that association, and we're also looking for the shape. So this doesn't look quite like a line, but it does have a positive trend kind of flowing in that direction. So if I simulate a new one, so it cleared out these boxes here, and I simulate, this has size 20. It looks like it's kind of scattered everywhere. I can see a positive relationship here. I can see a negative relationship here. So my guess is that there's no linear correlation. It could be wrong. Let's try a positive. So they're telling me this is in more of a positive flow, but I don't think it's a very good one. And then so I guess 0.2, and then it shows me the real one is 0.11. So very little linear correlation here. I'll simulate another one. Again, this one I see more of a positive flow. I'm going to try, and it looks a lot less scattered than the previous one. So let's try 0.5. I'll check that, and it says I'm within 0.1. It's 0.49. So I encourage you to play with that. Even if you don't guess, you can have them show it. So you can maybe get a feel for, I'm looking for a really nice one. There's a really nice negative correlation. I would say that this is negative 0.9. And check that. Woohoo! And oh, it's even better than that. So this is a very linear relationship. Some other applets. This plays with mean and median versus standard deviation. It gives you a data set, and it'll show you, you know, if I want the mean to be, let's say I want the mean to be here, you know, what happens with those data values. Let's take the mean and let's move the mean over. Can I do that? I guess I can't. I guess I can only move I can move the little dots. And so if I move this dot way over here, notice that that's increased the standard deviation. It's also really increased the mean, but the median hasn't moved that much. So this helps us remember what are resistant measures and so on. So I highly encourage you to play with the applets. Here's all the applets, and you can do regression by eye. Let's see, it'll take a while. This will help you to build the regression equation. So this green I can play with. I can move this around if I grab the ends, and I can try to fit the regression line there. Let's see, I might grab it a little bit more this way to fit more points, maybe. And then you can compare it to the actual regression. I'm confused. Oh, no, I'm good. And I was a bit off by that, but it's good to kind of see, am I somewhat close, or am I, over here was totally wrong, you can play with that. Okay, so try those applets. Maybe I'll get you a list of applets that would be fun to play with, and I'll put that on the review exam one. But good luck. Do a lot of work. I highly recommend redoing these worksheets. If you're feeling good with and confident with the homework, it's time to redo some worksheets and make sure that, because I think they kind of kick it up a notch for us, and hopefully we'll all do well in this first exam. And we have a study session coming up on Saturday, so good luck. See you then.